Shalawam. I'm your brother Rawchaa from the branch of GMS, South Carolina Midlands. And before we start off, all praise, honor, and glory belongs to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well. And Shalawam unto you, hopeful elect, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you I say Shalawam, Shabbat Shalawam. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right. The Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is bringing World War III into fruition. All right, as you see all the talks of the wars and the rumors of wars that our Lord and Savior Yahawashi forespoke. All right, and it's all leading up to the prophecy of World War III. All right, which will end in the destruction. All right, the total annihilation of Babylon, the Great America. All right, we see many different talks, dealing with the Russia-Ukraine conflict and how, Babylon, the Great America, aiding Ukraine, all right, thus being in, the war of Russia and Ukraine, and also being in the conflict of Israel and Hamas. All right, now, currently, a tit for tat with Israel and Iran. Okay. And, this is all drawing, all right, Babylon, the Great America, into this third world war, which that's also prophecy. The least of the flock, those small hatters, those imposters, all right, drawing Babylon, the Great America, into this third world war, all right, along with, the allies of Babylon, the Great America, being the West, okay? And, we see that the stage is set, man. The stage is set for World War III to take place, all right? We know that we have prophecy that still needs to be fulfilled, such as the MOTB, a very important prophecy to understand, the pushing and the implementation of the RFID microchip, all right, which is the MARK of the beast spoken about in Revelation 13 and 16 through 17, all right, to where no man will be able to buy or sell, all right, unless you have that MARK or that charagma, all right, the Greek word to say the word MARK, which is the RFID microchip, in their right hand or in their forehead. Okay. And we see that, Elon Musk, is taking center stage, with presidential elect Donald J. Trump. Okay. To aid, Trump and his administration. Okay. And, what is Elon Musk pushing? What is he, known for outside of, his space, his space shuttles, shooting off rockets, and also, his satellites, which I believe is called Starlink. This double Elon Musk is known for, the brain C-hips, with his company, Neuralink. Okay, which, in the past year or so, getting FDA approved to, legally put these brain C-hips in people's brains. All right. And thus, we can see, clearly, the vision of our forefather John the Revelator, okay, of the MOTB, is about to be pushed, man. Okay. Worldwide, already people getting C-hips within their hands, buying and selling, opening up, car doors and, opening up their home doors and, medical records and things of that nature, tied to that C-hip. Okay, this is about to soon be pushed. Everything is going digital. Even countries talking about, CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. All right, because like I said, this will be, or like the scriptures say rather, this will be the, new form of buying and selling. No man's going to be able to buy or sell without, that C-hip. All right, so prophecy such as the MOTB has to be pushed first. Okay, the time of Jacob's trouble, has to hit full scale. Okay, and, the end result of, World War III, all right, or the destruction of Babylon the Great will take place shortly thereafter. All right, but I want to go ahead and get into, dealing with a couple of these articles. All right, got a few videos, and I want to go ahead and put it out there. Fair use, all right, not making any money, any monetary gain from playing these videos or reading these articles. Okay, just simply using, these videos and these articles for educational purposes only, all right, for edification of the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. So let me play this real quick and get into these scriptures.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are confronting a chilling reality, I think, in the United States. Yesterday when we were covering this, or at least the buildup of this, someone left a comment here on our channel that said, I don't think 90% of the people in the United States understand how severely bad this is for the United States right now. I think you're absolutely right about that. I think most people are just kind of living their lives. They don't realize what these masterminds, these warmongers, these criminals are doing right now in Washington, D.C., leading us into war, the very real possibility that the world is inching closer to nuclear war at this hour. This is not hyperbole or fear-mongering. The fact is, it starts with a stark warning tonight from Russia. A few hours ago, sirens blaring all over Ukraine. Russian strikes coming and people preparing for massive strikes, air raid sirens sounding across Ukraine, including in the capital city. Massive Russian strikes coming. Russia is preparing massive strikes across the entire country. They've already struck, as Colonel McGregor told us yesterday, the western part of the country, knocking out all sorts of electricity grids and power supplies. So you want a cold winter? Because this is about to happen. And the United States doesn't give a rat's ass about the people of Ukraine at all, full stop. And these people are going to freeze to death this winter, thanks to Antony Blinken, thanks to Jake Sullivan, thanks to the demented President Biden, who's basically conceded power to the deep state in Washington, D.C. And state.
So you see it's going down over there. Okay. And Babylon the Great, America being allies and aiding Ukraine, giving Ukraine the green light to use, those missiles, all right, to shoot over into Russia, which Vladimir Putin, all right, and Russia, declares that as a, an act of war, okay, giving Ukraine the capabilities to shoot these long range missiles into Russia. All right, that's a declaration of war. So yeah, we are in World War III, most definitely. All right, but the destruction, is not here as of yet. All right, we have prophecy to be fulfilled. Okay, but we see that the stage is set for that destruction to happen. All right, let me grab a scripture real quick, because one thing that he did mention was that the American people, 90% of the American people, they don't have no idea of the severity, of this conflict. All right, and that's because they're asleep, man. Okay, and it's mainly, as it concerns the 2/3 of the house of Israel. of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of today, the Israelites, the Lord's people. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you." And why is that so? All right, for the hopeful elect members, all right, that have been woken up to this word and this truth. We know the times and the seasons that we're in, all right, because we're measuring the times as we've been instructed to do. Okay, all the current events, all right, tying it to biblical prophecy or the word of the Lord. We know the very times and the seasons that we are in. All right, and we are in a time of war, and it told us to measure. I'm gonna grab it real quick. Let's go to the Apocrypha. Let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 1. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself." You measure by way of, the measuring tool of the Holy Scriptures or prophecy. It says, "And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." And the Lord is definitely visiting this earth, man. All right, by way of different plagues, different judgments, all right, different storms. Okay, and as we can see, the spirit of division is here heavy in the earth, here in Babylon the Great. All right, and the spirit of war, all right, is heavy. And it says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world," and we are indeed seeing these signs, man. Okay, a lot of different protests, uproars in the world, a lot of different earthquakes, which I want to say it was a 6.8 magnitude earthquake that just hit, I want to say it was Cuba, but let me fact check that on the spot right here and now. Looking it up here on my phone. Yeah, it was just as recent. It says a 6.8 magnitude earthquake shakes Cuba after hurricanes and blackouts. So Cuba catching hell, judgment of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. But this news, I want to go ahead and put that out there, that this news was from November the 10th, but I'm just now hearing about it. But nonetheless, we're seeing these earthquakes and the uproars, the protests of the people in the world. Okay. And it says, "Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." Yeah, the Lord declared the end from the beginning, according to Isaiah 46:10. All right, he's going to do all his pleasure, man. All right, because this is all the will of the Lord. World War III is the will of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. Okay, destruction of Babylon the Great is the will of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. All right, this is the book of Isaiah 46:10. "Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, My counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure." So it is the Lord's pleasure that these prophecies is taking place. All right, that we are heading towards the destruction of Babylon the Great. All right, and the deliverance of the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. 2nd Esdras 9:5, it says, "For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, the end is manifest." The end of what? The end of Esau Edom's rulership, the so-called white man. We're coming to the end of the tracks for this devil. Okay, it says, "Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings, wonder, and powerful works, and endings, and effects, and signs." So let's grab some more of the signs, man. Just dealing with the topic at hand. Dealing with, the third woe. All right, red letter Yahawashi. This is St. Matthew chapter 24 And verse 6, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And what are these indications of? What are these signs that the Lord Yahawashi is speaking about, an indication of? Well, let's go to the top. St. Matthew 24:3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So these signs that the Lord Yahawashi is going to be getting into, will signal, all right, or be as a sign indicating his second return being nigh, okay, all right, or in other words, our salvation being nearer than when we believe, spoken about in Romans 13:11, all right, and also the end of the world, the end of the so-called white man's world, Esau, Edom. All right, and that word world goes into eon, his period of time or age to rule. Okay, for as it is written, let's get it within the Apocrypha. Let's go back to the Apocrypha real quick. 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, for Esau, who's Esau, the forefather of the so-called white man, and the descendants of Esau, the Edomites. This is talking about the nation of Edom. For Esau is the end of the world, starting with the wicked elite. They control everything. According to Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who is the wicked? According to Malachi 1:4, the wicked is Esau, Edom. They are the border of wickedness, and the people whom Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi have indignation forever. He's the end of the world, or this period of time or age to rule. Okay, they've been ruling this whole time. All right, since the time of the Greeks, since the time of the Romans. Then they fell out of power and came back into power during the time of the Renaissance, the rebirth, and to the queendom that we see here today. All right, Babylon the Great, America, modern day Rome all over again. All right, or followed by the beast system. Okay, NATO and the EU. All right, this is Esau, Edom's world. Okay, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the forefather of the Israelites. All right, the descendants being Israel, the 12 tribes of the house of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of today. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau's end, which we're about to see, will go up in flames, will be the beginning of Jacob, Israel, starting with Yahawashi and the hopeful elect who he's coming back to redeem. Okay, the kingdom of heaven is about to be established here on the earth. All right, but before that, it will have to end in the destruction of Esau, Edom's world, his queendom. Okay, so St. Matthew 24 and verse 6 again. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, which we're seeing that today. Okay, seeing that. Matter of fact, let's get this real quick. It says, Putin says Russia tested a new intermediate range ballistic missile on Ukraine. Okay, so wars and rumors of wars are currently happening. Okay, different proxy wars and skirmishes throughout the earth. All right, which will eventually lead up to what? The big one. Okay, World War III. All right. As a matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. This is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. And it reads, the second woe is past. Woe meaning destruction. This is going into World War II. That's already recorded in the history books. That already took place. All right, which in World War II, you had the technology or the dropping of the bomb, of the atomic bomb, all right, on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay, and fast forward to today, that technology or that sword has been sharpened, into, the nuclear missiles that we have today. All right, which will be the instrument that the Lord will use to destroy Sleazy E's kingdom. All right, along with the fire from the chariots. It says, the second woe, World War II, is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. World War III is fastly approaching. And that's why you have the wars and the rumors of wars taking place. It says, and ye shall, St. Matthew 24:6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. We're not at the end yet, man. We still got prophecies to be fulfilled, man. It says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Yeah, we got, talks of civil war. All right, race wars, okay, happening. All right, throughout Babylon the Great, throughout the world. All right, like it says, a heavy spirit of division going on. Okay. And it says, and there shall be famines, lack of food, lack of water, which will take place. War is a great catalyst of that. It says, and pestilences, different diseases, right, throughout the earth, and earthquakes in diverse places. Once again, the signs, one of them being earthquakes. All right, the prophet Edris mentioned that. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrow. So we're in the beginning of sorrows, and we know, all right, that these things are only going to, intensify and get worse. All right. Civil war will happen. You're going to have seditions, violent uprisings against the government. All right. Second Esdras, the 15th chapter, Second Esdras, 16th chapter will come in full effect. Okay. World War III will pop off. All right, to the point of thermonuclear destruction. But beforehand, all right, things are going to get so, chaotic and out of hand. All right, martial law going to be declared, and the new form of buying and selling is going to be on the scene. All right, to bring in that order, that new world order that this devil, Sleazy E, is trying to implement in the earth. Okay, the pushing of that MOTB, man, before the nuclear destruction. All right, that will come from World War III, man. All right, and all these things we warn about through the Spirit. All right, being the prophets, the angels, the messengers of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, unto the house of Israel. All right, because that's who this gospel, this word, and this truth is for. All right, but only the hopeful elect will, obtain, all right, retain, and understand, man. Okay, like the guy said in this video, 90% of Americans, Babylonians, are, they don't understand the severity of, the situation. And that's because they are asleep. Let me let him say it again.
I think you're absolutely right about that. I think most people are just kind of living their lives. They don't realize what these masterminds, these warmongers, these criminals are doing right now in Washington, D.C., leading us into of the people in the United States under.
It's a lot.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are confronting a chilling reality, I think, in the United States. Yesterday when we were covering this, or at least the buildup of this, someone left a comment here on our channel that said, I don't think 90% of the people in the United States understand how severely bad this is for the United States right now. I think
90%. Okay. That's just a number that was thrown out there, but it might be more than 90%. All right. And specifically targeting, 2/3 of the house of Israel. Got a lot of sleepwalkers out there that don't know what's about to happen. They don't see the destruction that's about to happen. Okay. It says, 1 Thessalonians 5:1, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. We just went through some of the signs. All right, we just measured the times. We understand what times we're in. Okay, and we are in a time of war. Let me grab something real quick before we go on. This is Ecclesiastes 3:1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. And I'm going to jump straight to the point. Verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate. a time of war, and a time of peace. All right, we're not in a time of love. We're not in a time of peace. We are in a time of hatred at an all-time high. Okay, the love of many waxing cold. All right, and we are in a time of war. Okay, the war drums, World War III is beaten. Not just World War III, Civil War, civil unrest. Okay, war against the people and the government. All right, war, the people against the people, man. Race wars. Okay, we are in a time of war right now. Okay, and we understand these times, man. The Lord told us so, and the Lord gave us the spirit to understand. It says, 1 Thessalonians 5:2, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, so cometh as a thief in the night. Is going to catch these, Babylonians, these 2/3 off guard. Okay, everybody outside of the hopeful elect who understand what times we're in is going to catch them off guard, because they're not looking for the Lord. They're not looking for the signs. And thus, when the judgments and the chaos and the destruction, ensues, all right, they're not going to be ready. All right. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So just when they think everything is business as usual, all right, the economy is getting better, the housing market getting better, gas is getting a little bit cheaper. Okay, Trump, they getting that sigh of relief. Trump, got, pretty much elected for the next president of Babylon, of America. All right, giving empty promises such as this. Let's read this article. It says Trump vows to end the war. That sounds like peace and safety to me. It says Trump's vow to end the war could leave Ukraine with few options. One question is whether the new administration and Europe, all right, Babylon the Great, America under the Trump administration, and Europe, all right, NATO and the EU, the West, the beast, it says will provide security guarantees to prevent Russia from taking more territory. It says 2 years ago, General Mark A. Milley, then the chief military advisor to President Biden, suggested that neither Russia nor Ukraine could win the war. A negotiated settlement, all right, or a peace agreement, he argued was the only route to peace. What? To what? Peace. All right. And we read, they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction, man. Okay. It says his remarks called a furor among senior officials, but President-elect Donald J. Trump's win is turning General Milley's prediction into reality. Mr. Trump has made clear his distaste for continuing to help Ukraine take back territory seized by Russia, making a negotiated settlement or a peace agreement the only real viable option left. The ascendance of Mr. Trump as Ukraine suffers losses on the battlefield, in fact, means less room for Ukraine to maneuver. One of the biggest unknowns for Ukraine is whether the Trump administration in Europe, America, Babylon the Great, and the West, all right, NATO and the EU, okay, the beast, it says, will provide any kind of security guarantees that would prevent Russia from trying to take more territory. Mr. Trump has said he would end the war quickly. Trump ain't ending shit. Okay. Yahawa's will is to escalate. All right. And to, ultimately have World War III pop off so that he can gather these heathen nations. The Lord's determination is to gather the nations. All right. So that he can pour upon them his indignation, his fury, man. Okay. It says, Mr. Trump has said he would end the war quickly, though he has not explained how. But Vice President-elect J.D. Vance, being vice president under the Trump administration, if he gets into office, has outlined a plan that would allow Russia to keep Ukrainian territory it has taken. So pretty much let Russia occupy and seize what they already got, okay, and walk away from the conflict. All right, thus giving a sense of peace. All right, but the scriptures say this, 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say, peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So all hell is about to break loose, man. Okay, all these evils, destruction, chaos, anarchy is going to happen. All right, and these 2/3, all right, these Babylonians and these heathens are not going to escape the Lord's judgments. All right, it says, but ye brethren are not in darkness. Why? Because we have the light, we have the truth, the understanding of the Holy Bible. All right, which is the words of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi to guide us. Okay, to keep us comforted. It says that day shall overtake you as a thief. It's not going to catch us off guard. Ye are all children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Speaking about you, hopeful elect. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. So we're attentive. All right. We've been awoken. All right. We're not sleepwalking like these 2/3, man, who really, think that Donald J. Trump, all right, is going to make America great again. All right. Going to make this place, better. Okay. Going to, lower inflation. Going to stop the war. All right. All these different, empty promises, man. Okay. That this devil is not going to be able to keep because he worked for the wicked elite. Okay. And guess what? The wicked elite, they under the will of the Heavenly Father. Okay. So World War III is going to happen, man. Okay. The Lord going to make sure it happens. This is his movie. All right. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart. All right. Who's the king? Esau, Edom, so-called white man, current ruler of the earth right now. The king's heart, and dealing with all these different, leaders of these countries, man. Their mind, Hebrew word lob, is in the hand of the Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So they're doing the will and the bidding of the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay? There ain't no free will in the earth. All right? The Lord got a determination. He's going to fulfill it. All right? Let me see. What is that? Zephaniah 3:8. Yeah, let me get that real quick. Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, until the day that I rise up to the prey. Who's the prey? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, these heathen nations, man. Okay, it says, for my determination is to gather the nations. Okay, these heathens, all right, and their armies, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, his righteous anger. Okay, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be dissolved with the fire of my jealousy. And where are they being gathered? Over in the valley of Yahawashi. All right, over in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, when you read about it in the book of Joel, let's see here. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, the heathens. Prepare war. We see they're preparing for war, man. Okay, the Lord is making good. He's moving the pieces on the chessboard as we speak. It says, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So the Lord putting it on the minds of these leaders and these different heathens, all right, to put their funding and their money, their resources, all right, into, their military, their offensive and defensive, getting prepared for this Third World War, all right, instead of putting it, more so into, agricultural uses, man. All right, they're getting prepared for war right now, man. All right, that's why you see all these different, drills going on. You see all these different nuclear tests, ICBM, all right, intercontinental ballistic tests, getting ready for this Third World War. And it said, let the weak say I am strong. These different weaker nations. Okay, look how many test fires of, North Korea, has been sending off. Okay, North Korea sent off a test fire, the week of the elections, man. Okay, that's the weak saying I am strong, man. They're ready for this Third World War because the playing field is even now with that technology, of the ICBMs, man. Okay, and the backing of world superpowers such as Russia. Okay, let the weak say I am strong, man. All right, it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. All right, and the Lord's going to, allow the holy angels, Yahawashi, and the heavenly host to return in the midst of World War III, in the midst of that gathering of these nations fighting in World War III. It says, let all the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is to say Yahweh Shaphat, all right, which means Yahweh's judgment or the Lord's judgment, okay, which is over in the Middle East, man. That's the conflict of the small hatters, okay, and Hamas, the small hatters in Iran, okay, that's drawn, America into this Third World War, drawing the West into this Third World War, okay. And then you're going to have the opposing side, backing up, Iran. You're going to have Russia. You're going to have China. You're going to have so on and so forth, man. All the different nations listed in, Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. That's going to be in allegiance with Gog, the land of Magog, Russia. Okay, you're going to have Libya. You're going to have Persia, which is Iran. You're going to have different Hamite nations. Okay, you're going to have Turkey involved in this Third World War. You're going to have all the major players, all right, that prophecy already forespoke about, man. All right, they're going to be gathered in the valley of Jehoshaphat, the Middle East, what they would call the Middle East. Okay, and this is the reason why. For there will I sit and judge all the heathen round about. The Lord has a judgment, or his determination is to gather to nations, to pour out his indignation, his righteous anger. The Lord gonna destroy them by fire. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes of multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord Yahawah by Yahawashi is near in the valley of decision. Okay, and let's see if strength for the children of Israel. I think the point that I want to get to is the controversy of Zion, which I believe is in Isaiah. Let's go to that real quick, because I want to hit that point, because there's a reason why the Lord is doing this, man. Okay, the Lord ain't just bringing all this destruction, getting World War III prepared for them to fight, and the Lord coming down and destroying the heathens and their armies for no reason, man. Let's jump to Isaiah 30. Matter of fact, we'll start from the top. Isaiah 34:1. It says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of righteous anger once more of the Lord Yahawah by Yahawashi is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. For he hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. You see, Lord coming to destroy all their armies, all these heathens, man. All right, he's coming to judge, man. And it says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. And that's, Isaiah describing a mushroom cloud from the nuclear destruction. It says, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, the ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, all right, or to say the word Edom, all right, I believe the Greek word for Edom. It says, and upon the people of my curse to judgment, the Edomites, man. It says, the sword of the Lord Yahawashi is filled with blood. It is made fat with the fatness and the blood of lambs and goats, and the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahawashi have a sacrifice in Basra. All right, Lord, is going to have that sacrifice. And what's one thing, that's used during the sacrifice? Fire. Okay, the Lord's coming to bring destruction and fire, man. All right, upon Esau, Edom. All right, his queendom, man. All right, and these heathens. It says, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Lord, going to destroy Babylon, the great America, man. All right, it says, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks and the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with the fatness. For it is the day of the Lord Yahawashi vengeance. That's the point that I want to get to, man. Okay, with the Lord destroying, these heathens and their armies in the valley of decision, in the valley of Yahawashi. All right, over in the Middle East, what they would call the Middle East. All right, and also destroying Babylon, the great America. This is the reason why. This is the reason for World War III. It says, for it is the day of the Lord Yahawashi vengeance, his payback, man. And the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. Lord about to avenge his people, man. Okay. Lord about to vindicate and avenge his people. This is why World War III will take place. This is why destruction is coming to Babylon the Great and these heathens and their armies, man. Okay? And for the ones, the heathens that survive outside of Babylon the Great, they're going to be rounded up and thrown headlong into captivity, man. Starting with the wicked elite. All right? It's all for the controversy of Zion. Look at how they've been doing the Lord's people here in the earth for centuries. Okay? The Lord about to vindicate his people, man. All right? This is what, this is where our hope is in, man. This is what we believe in. For 2/3, you don't want to believe it? Okay. Well, the scriptures say all the unfaithful gonna die in their unfaithfulness, man. But when all these things happen and take place, transpire, all right, Jacob's trouble, Civil War, World War III, hell, chaos in the earth, anarchy, the dollar collapsing, MOTB being pushed, and thermonuclear destruction, you're going to know that the Lord sent his men to warn you about it, man. Ezekiel 2:5, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, whether you listen or not, for only the hopeful elect gonna obtain the truth. Romans 11:7. And the rest were blinded, man. It says, for they are a rebellious house, 2/3. Yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them. The Lord sent out his messengers to give you the warning, to give you the message. Okay? And no, it's not a PG message. Just like in the days of old. What do the prophets always come back doing? Jeremiah 28:8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against, the prophets will be against many countries and against great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. And that's what we are prophesying through the spirit and the power of Yahawashi, starting with the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone on down. War, evil, and pestilence is coming to this place. America, Babylon the Great, is about to come to a total societal collapse. Okay, America, Babylon the Great will be drawn into this Third World War. The West will be drawn into this Third World War. All right, all these heathens and their armies will be gathered in the valley of Yahawashi, or what they will call the so-called Middle East. Babylon the Great will be destroyed. All the heathens and their armies will be destroyed. The ones who remain outside of America, Babylon the Great, the heathens, will be rounded up, thrown headlong into captivity. For the wicked elite, they're going to be in those bunkers. They're going to be the first crops, first fruits of slavery. All right? This is about to happen. This is about to transpire in our lifetime. And whether you believe it or not, hey, only the hopeful elect. This is what this word and this truth is for. The elect. Okay? So I pray and hope that this was edifying through the spirit and the power of Yahawashi. I would play a little bit more. If brothers, want to check out this video, it's a lot of information. It's filled with a lot of information, but I'm just going to play a little bit of it. Once again, fair use, man. Okay. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And this Third World War will be total destruction, fire of Babylon the Great, man. Okay. This is Isaiah 9:5. It says, for every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. All right. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So no more armies running up headlong at each other anymore. All right. Fighting with swords and staves and spears and, weapons of war. Being all, confused noise and chaotic. All right. You got a different type of warfare with World War III. All right. Dealing with these ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Babylon the Great, America is about to go up in flames. Lord will, this is edifying to the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Once again, Shabbat Shalawam. All right, the Sabbath did come in. Thursday evening to Friday evening is the Sabbath for this month according to the new moon. All right. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. Shalawam to the hopeful elect.